What we need to do here, and you'll see, is a shimmering effect. There's a bit of an overlap of faces. So, first of all, this should be a component. We right-click on it, make component. We're going to come back to that in just a few minutes. Let's look at what it's consisting of. A group has a bunch of things inside of it. So let's go inside, double-click. Now we're inside the group. If I click on this circle, which is the planting plan, here, planting plan circle, I'm just looking at the layers. I'm not changing layers or setting things. I can make it visible or invisible. I look at that. That is a group. The group was on layer planting plan. That's right, because when we turn off our plant concept, and we have a planting plan version of our plant symbol. That's exactly what we want. However, it's a group, that's fine. If we go inside the group, that's a double click now. Now we're inside that group. We have a face on layer 0, that's correct. We have lines and a face, 24 lines and one face on layer 0, that's good. But we shouldn't have the face. So let's just click here. We're still inside the group. I'm going to click here. I'm going to delete that face and watch. That's how that group should be. This group inside the big one. Okay? Notice that that circle face is gone, but there's another face there. So let's go back inside the group again. Double click. Inside the group. Let's check this one out. This is a group. It's the concept plan. That's correct. See, I can turn it on or off. That's correct. Let's go inside it. And we have this on layer 0. That's correct. This is on layer 0. That's correct. All of those things are on layer 0, which is correct. But the face should not exist. So I'm going to press delete. Get rid of the face. I don't think there's any more faces on that one. Okay. Now, back to this. That should be a component. It looks like an evergreen spreading. We're going to call it medium. So, make component. It is medium, evergreen, spreading. There's the name, definition name. No, not going to do that. And I want to set the axes in the center. I want them to be here, right in the middle. So red on red, click, and green on green, click. See down here it says, can't see it, it's off the screen. Pick the direction for the green axis. So green on green. We're done. So it's just say create now, of course. So what I have now is I have one component, and I can check that in my tool trays. Look under components. I've clicked off in model, and I have one component. But you can check and see that there are components, but there's only this one. This one here is a group. This one here is a group. This one here is a group. So this will now have to be used to replace all of these. You can't name this one the same one as that one because it's already got the name. So we'd have to start over with placing things. Not the biggest thing. Let's go look at this one here. One more time, that's a group. It should be a component. That can be done. Let's go inside. We can click anywhere on something in the group here. Go inside and see what we've got. Now we're inside the group. We have another group on 2D Plant Center. That's correct. 2D Plant Center can be turned on and off. Notice a little extra line here that belongs to 2D Plant Center. That's okay. If we go inside that group, double click, and we have entities. They should be on layer 0. All the entities inside a group should be on layer 0. We'll set that. That one's all right. Let's look at this here. What do we got? We have edges. Oh, see, this isn't a group. This is just edges. So let's turn off layer. Well, check this one. There's a group on layer 2D planting plan. That's correct. Let's go inside that group. We have a face, which shouldn't be there. If we look at everything, we have a circle of 24 pieces and a face. Okay, let's get rid of the face. That is correct. And on layer 0, that is correct. Okay, so it's this one here that's going to be the problem. Let's get rid of the planting plan and the plant center, and then we can work with these entities here. So these entities, doesn't matter how many edges they are, how many pieces they are, they could be arcs, lines, edges, whatever. They should all be on layer 0. They should all be grouped. Right-click, make group. That group should be on layer 2D concept, plant concept. Okay, so that should be done. Let's have a look. Notice that the face has been taken away from here, from the circle, and you don't get that shimmering effect. That's from two faces being congruent, and the computer can't tell which face should be shown, so it kind of alternates between them and puts lines in and all kinds of silly stuff. As we want to have on our planting plan, we don't want to have concept, but we want to have the center mark. Perfect. Okay, that might be a little large. Not worried about it. For our concept plan, we don't want to have planting plan. We want to have the fancy shapes. And they can overlap a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Because they're grouped, they don't interfere with each other. That's no problem. And this should be a component. As we said before, that group should be a component, just like this guy here is, see? Component. That's a group. That's a group. That's a group. That's a group. And so on. This should be a component. Right-click, make component. The name, I think, here would be medium. Deciduous shrub. And component axis, remember, was here in the center. Click once, and then it wants to know where the red goes. Well, the red goes on red. We're just not going to change the orientation. And then it wants to know where does the green go. Green goes on green. That's the easiest way to do it for our work right now. We're not going to put gluing anything, and we're not going to have it always face the camera. That comes later with 3D stuff. So we'll create that. Let's go down and see our... We have a medium deciduous shrub, and we have a medium spreading evergreen. So if I go out of the plan here, let's say I want one of these. I click there, I can bring it in. I click here, I can bring it in. If I want to copy it here, I go, because I'm already on move, I hit my control key, I'm on copy, copy, I have a grouping. Now the grouping is different than group, but you see what has to be done here. And that shimmering is because there's extra faces in there. We have one component. We have another component here. But the rest of these are all still groups. So they would have to be removed and the components placed in here instead. Faces have to be removed and some of the layer allocations have to be fixed because they are still incorrect.